Some people like to get high. We're about to get low. It's heavy metal! This poor car. Look at this. Been incredibly lazy the last few weeks, and probably 2 weeks. I haven't recorded anything. We finally got some rain, so that kind of affected it, which is good. We needed the rain. And when it wasn't raining, it was really nice, so I just didn't want to do anything. I just want to enjoy the days. But we are quickly approaching cold weather where I'm not going to be able to do anything, so I need to get a jump on all this stuff that I need to do. Last time I was working on this car, I put these wheels on, wheels and tires, and man, they look good. Everybody compliments them. Everyone says that they're obnoxious in the best way, and I think that's a great way to describe it. They're awesome. They're amazing. But when I had them off and I was changing studs, doing spaces, all that, I noticed the suspension was pretty bad. The strut over here is wore out. The springs are very crusty and corroded. I showed, I think in one of my last videos, at the end of one of the last videos, I showed what is a nut. I think it's just a cap for a nut, but it was completely gone. So I went and I ordered myself a set of coilovers that I am super excited to do. I've never done coilovers before, but I went and got these. They're not the most expensive. Everyone was telling me to get these. Well, I went online, and online everyone says to get these certain brands, and they're like, you know, $1,200, $1,300, $1,500 a piece, and that's ridiculous. I'm not putting that on this car. But a lot of people also said these are really good budget type coilovers. These are SOLO-WERKS, I believe is what they were. They're not the cheapest. They're kind of middle of the road, but a lot of people had good stuff to say about them. So picked these up, gonna slap them on, and they should also drop my car by like 2 inches. So right now I got this gap. It's not much, but I should be able to close that gap. Set this down on the ground a little bit more, make it look a little better. Just going for that nice, like, stanced look. Tires sticking out a little bit, you know. Drop down, close that gap. Just make it look good. Make it look real nice, you know. As Derek from Vice Grip Garage said,
we're not trying to win car shows. We're not trying to get awards. We're not even trying to get compliments. This is, can we just make it look pretty decent where a guy stumbles out of bingo and from 48 feet away in the parking lot you go, and the other rancher is going, golly, is that your rig?
So let's get to wrenching. Alright, get it all jacked up. This is all sorts of bad. And yeah, time to swap it out. Alright, I've never done this before. I read through the instructions. It's pretty simple. First step is to take off this bolt. You undo this, you're able to get this off. There's another one up there you undo. And this spring back here, once the tire is lowered, that tension should be off of that. You'll be able to pull that out and put the new mounts in, put the new spring in, jack it back up, put the new strut in over here, and that's it. You're all done. Got that Midwest lowering kit where your spring coil just breaks off. I feel like it's being held up by the drive shaft here. Not the drive shaft, the axle. The rear CV shaft. I think that's holding it from coming out. I don't know what else could be holding it besides that. Anybody tell me why these Milwaukee grinders suck? It's got plenty of battery. It just keeps kicking on and off for no reason. Also, if you're unsure if you have a gas tank leak or not, make sure to grind right next to it. You'll find out real quick. All right, a little side by side here. There's that. Yeah. I don't know exactly. This one's a little thinner than this one. This one's going to be a little stronger. This one's going to be a little flimsier, but this is all wore out. This will take its place. Adjustable. Did have to, well, this piece broke off of somewhere. I did have to cut it to get it apart. The instructions said, literally just said, unbolt the strut. The whole wheel will drop. You may have to push the A-arm down a little bit more. That spring will come right out. Not true. You need a spring compressor. I don't have the one you need for this, so I just cut it. I don't plan on reusing it, so I don't care. These ones are 2 inches smaller, so hopefully they'll go right on. These are a little thicker, a little wider, a little bigger, but they are shorter. Give me that 2 inches of drop. That was dumb to take out, but I was doing it the hard way. I should have taken the wheel well out, or taken the wheel off, and then the wheel well liner off. Would have been a lot easier, but I did it the dumb way. But it worked. I got it out. So there we go. One done. Now I just got to put it back in. 3 more to go. Well, that's not going to fit at all. Maybe it will fit if I press that down more. Maybe the problem was that spring was holding it up and I wasn't able to press it down all the way. I just got to find enough weight to press that wheel down. So let's try that. Looks like I can drop it another inch if I want to push it. It's so close. It is right there. Boom! I did it. I am the greatest. Minimal damage. Alright, how are these supposed to be clocked? Are they? Doesn't matter. I don't know. Here's how I had to do that. I put a... Whew, I'm out of breath from doing that. I put a rod in there. Just a metal rod I had laying around. I put 2 bricks and all of these, this little stack I had. I had a stack of those right over here. I just threw them on there. And that held it down enough, and I was able to push it the rest of the way with the pry bar, my own weight. That was stupid. That sucked, but I'm going to do it exactly that way over on the other side, because I don't learn anything. As usual, things are only going about 80% to plan, and I dropped a wrench on my eye, and now it's all swollen and it hurts. I don't know if you can see that. Gotta get some bolts. I got some bad bolts on there. Gotta make a run to town. Get a few things to do this build that I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking. Nobody mentioned it. I watched a few videos about it. Nobody mentioned it, but there are a couple things that you gotta change. You just gotta do different. So I gotta make a town run now. Boy, I tell you what. I wasn't going to take the wheels off. I was just going to do all this with the wheels on until I smacked my eye with that wrench trying to get to the strut bolt. But if you take this, yeah, there we go. If you take the tire out, take this shroud, the wheel well, whatever, off, you get right there to that bolt. Super simple, super easy. You don't have to lay underneath and reach up and drop the wrench on your eye like I did. Simple, easy. My only concern I have is that I don't have the weight now to push this down to get that spring or get the new one in. I'm going to cut this off like I did the other one, but hopefully I can get weight on this to bring this down so I can get the new spring in. So yeah, well, there we go. We got all the rear out. The second side I thought was the better side. Actually, it looked better, but it came out in more pieces than the first side did. So sometimes looks can be deceiving. But yeah, now I just gotta button the back up and finish the front. Good to go. All right, back from the store. So the bolt that runs, actually it runs right here. It runs through here. It also runs through here, and it bolts to the bottom control arm. Bottom control arm's threaded. The bolt that I pulled out is actually damaged, and the threads in the control arm are damaged. So I went to town. I got new bolts. I got some new nuts. I'm gonna drill out the control arm so it won't be threaded anymore. These will just go pass through it, and then through this, and then I got a nut, flange nut, hold it all together. I think that'll work great. But the other thing that I overlooked, had oversight on, if I'm dropping this 2 inches, it's going to mess up the sway bar links. So that sway bar is going to be, instead of sitting flat, it's going to end up being like way up. It's going to throw the geometry off. So I have to either buy shorter ones, which are like, I don't know, 50, 100, 150 bucks for the adjustable ones. But when I was at Menards, I had a thought that I could just get these, and then I can cut these down, and then I'll be able to thread them onto there, and then I'll have my own adjustable. So let's see if I can do that. Okay, do you guys hear them birds? Can't see them, but they're loud.